This is Showers, and this is Kabor Properties YouTube channel. I'm just going to give a few minutes for people to log in, and then we're going to talk about a great topic today. Well, few topics. One of them is about basically it's about why you shouldn't relocate to Sierra Leone or Africa in general just yet. I'm specifically talking about Sierra Leone because that's where I'm from, but also, of course, I'm from Africa and I go to Sierra Leone often. I've seen issues, I've seen things, I've seen reasons why you shouldn't. But also, I live overseas. I live abroad. I live here in the UK, and then I've traveled across Europe a bit. And so that is why I'm going to talk about this topic. But also, the next topic that we're going to talk about is the environment. Okay, the environment, real estate and the environment. To me, this is important. It's very, very important. That's why I want to talk about it. Okay, and I'll need your input as well, guys. I need you guys to participate. Drop your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about what I'm going to discuss today. Bring your ideas as well, because it's not just about me. It's about us sharing ideas and talking and giving advice. I'm going to talk based on what I know, what I've observed, having traveled obviously across Europe and of course in Africa and of course Sierra Leone. Okay, Abdul Sharif. Yes, you're very interested in Sierra Leone. Okay, tell me what you're interested in specifically. What do you want to do in Sierra Leone? Have you been? Your name Abdul Sharif sound like a Sierra Leonean name, by the way. But let me know. Have you been to Sierra Leone? What specifically are you interested in? If you have one of those, let me know. It'd be good to talk about it. But today I want to talk about why you shouldn't relocate to Sierra Leone, in particular Africa, just yet. So seeing that, Abdul, you want to relocate, it'll be good to just have an idea of why you are thinking to relocate. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to share this to people. Okay, so drop your comment there. Let me know why specifically you're interested in Sierra Leone. What is it that you want to do in Sierra Leone? Yeah, let me know, guys. Yeah, just give a few seconds for more people to tune in, and then let's hit this topic. Let's talk about it, because all of us are talking about going to Africa. Africa sound like it's a new place, it's a new ground to go to. Of course, Africa has been there for God knows how long. It's the motherland. It's the motherland, basically. I mean, it's been there forever, but we all see it as a new place to go, as we all waking up to all the opportunities. We're all looking to go there to tap into that opportunity, into those opportunities. So it'd be good to know why you want to go, Abdul, but also it'd be good to share some ideas as to why you shouldn't rush to relocate to Sierra Leone and Africa as a whole. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear me. If you're here and you can hear me, please drop your comment in there. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. And please, please, please click the like button. Share this video around, please, because I want more people to tune in so we can discuss this properly. So please don't forget, I can see some people are in here already. I want you to please click on the like button and share this. Just click share to some people, to anybody that you know, and let's participate. Let's talk about the environment. I can see there are 6 people now in. Please click that like button to tell me that you can hear me. If you can hear me, tap on the like button, yeah, or drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know. All right, please. And don't forget to share this around. Ooh. So, and let me know where you're tuning in from, where you're listening to me from, guys. Let me know. And also, if you have any questions regarding Sierra Leone, regarding businesses there, drop it as well in the comment section, especially real estate business. I've got some ideas I can share with you guys. So drop that in the comment section and I'll respond to you from what I know. And then from what I'm talking about, if you have ideas as well, please bring it up and let's talk. All right, Abdul, what are you saying? It is a strategic location, and I am in the process of obtaining my dual citizenship due to my Mende DNA. And I'm not rushing to relocate. However, I am going to travel back and forth to Sierra Leone. Wow, that's great. I'm glad you are looking to get your dual nationality citizenship. That's really good, man. Go for that. Do it. Definitely do it. You're in Washington, D.C. Well done. That's really good. Definitely get that citizenship sorted, because it's important. It's an advantage for you, man. If you have a dual nationality, especially like in Sierra Leone or other places in the world, it makes sense because it means you can go anytime and then do things there like a citizen. I've just been helping somebody in the US about land situation there as well in Sierra Leone. Yeah, so I've advised them to go for their citizenship because even though they've now found out I'm from Sierra Leone, but they haven't got their citizenship yet, so it becomes a little bit tricky um, to buy land. As you know, the law is a foreigner cannot buy land. And yeah, so definitely go for it, Abdul, and get that citizenship. However, we're talking today about why you shouldn't relocate to Sierra Leone just yet. I've got some few pointers here I want to highlight, I want to talk about. And of course, like I mentioned, I'm happy for you guys to contribute, to tell me what you think of this, okay? Now, from my idea, my knowledge, and my observation, thank you, Abdul. Yeah, if you like the show as well. Oh, by the way, if I go further, we here at Kabor Properties, we are supporting a tree planting project in Karina district called Karina Environmental Project. So please, you can support us by donating. I think I've shared the link somewhere on here. Of course, through the live show, there is a dollar sign. You can click there to support us. The project is called Karina Environmental Project. We've started planting trees right now. Today, we've planted 200 trees just today. 200 trees we've planted in a town called Kakamba. We're working with students to plant the trees and maintain them. Because for us, the environment is very important. Whilst we are building properties, we're also planting trees. Hence, today I want to talk about the environment as well as we're building. So please, please, please support us by clicking on the dollar sign down there. Donate whatever you can. Of course, go to the GoFundMe page. I think it's on the description somewhere, or the PayPal, or you can become a patron to us, and then your money will go towards the tree planting project we're doing. And we're going to update you guys with pictures and videos of that as well. But we're currently doing it. Like I said, today we've planted 200 trees already in Kakamba. So at the moment, we are focusing in Karina district in Kamakwe. And of course, the more money we get, we expand, we expand, we expand. We're going to do as much forestation, replanting as we can. Because if, for those of you who've not been to Sierra Leone, there's so much deforestation going on, especially up in the provinces, and we are trying to play our part to support the environment and help, the country for the future of our children. Okay, so please, we need your support. Go ahead and do that now through those links, or click down there on the dollar sign to support us. Okay, thank you. So let's go back to the first topic, which is about why you shouldn't move to Sierra Leone or Africa just yet. Because I've seen a lot of people rushing, they want to go, they want to live there, but some people just not put certain things together. There are certain things you need to put together first, in my opinion anyway. Okay. First of all, first question I want to ask you, for anybody out there who's saying, I want to go to Africa, I'm going to relocate, now I'm going to move. Have you got the skills needed? Have you got skills that you can use that can make you money whilst you're in Africa? But also not just to make you money, but skills that you can train, you can teach young people. Have you got those skills? A lot of people do not have enough skills, or have no skills that to enable them to make money when they relocate to anywhere in the world. But they want to just move to Africa because they've heard, oh, it's cheap, it's nice, it's cool, it's just relaxed. But they've got no skills. They've got nothing there to go to say, okay, you know what, I can start this, or I can go do this when I get there to bring you that income you need. Because even though, yes, it's cheap compared to here, like in the UK, I live in the UK. Some of you live in the US will testify that it's cheaper in Africa, most places in Africa, than here, depending on what you're looking for. But let's say the basics, food, accommodation, etc., etc. You can live cheap if you choose to. But at the same time, if you haven't got the skills needed to generate your income, your living, your monthly bills, you're going to struggle in Africa, especially if you've come from overseas. They're going to see you as a JC. It's really, we call them JCs, just come people. They're going to see you as that. People will think you got money automatically. And imagine you run out of money in Sierra Leone, you're going to be in big trouble. So go to Africa with skills. Go to Africa with ideas that will generate you income, but also ideas that will translate, that you can use to train other people, that you can, pass on that idea and leave a legacy there. You understand? Because it's not easy. Nowhere in the world is easy. Just because people say, "Oh, Africa is easy," it isn't. You know. So I don't know what you think of this first point I've just raised, but whatever you think of it, please drop your comment there and let me know what you guys think of this first point. That you need a skill, you need a business, you need some kind of capital to relocate to Africa. Don't just go and thinking because it's cheap, so I'll just go. Because you've lived in Europe or in America or wherever, about in Australia, wherever you guys are watching me from now, you're used to certain comfort. If you go to Sierra Leone, you need money to live with that same comfort or even better. Anywhere you go in the world, of course, but if you go to Sierra Leone, you need that. Yeah, because there are so many things that are still Africa is struggling with, especially a place like Sierra Leone. So you need that money coming in and out and that capital to maintain that standard of living. You need electricity. Most of the time, there's not enough electricity. You might have to rely on generator or even buy solar power. That means money. You need that. Petrol. You want to travel back and forth to different places. Obviously, your food. Basically, just the living cost. Rent. If you haven't got property there, you rent. So that's all of that you need to think about before relocating to Sierra Leone or Africa in general. So please don't just jump on a plane. I'm gonna go. It's cheap. I got £1,000. That's it. I'm sorted. My sister and my brother, you will struggle. You will struggle. Oh, thank you very much, Alan Zachary. I don't know if that's how they pronounce your name. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. We really appreciate that. You have just sponsored a tree. You have just sponsored a tree. Thank you very much. Yeah. God bless you. Like I said, if you want to know more about the tree project we're doing, you go onto the GoFundMe page. We've put the link here actually somewhere. Go on there. The GoFundMe, you will see all the write up. So it's GoFundMe at is gofund.me 5 something or help plant tree in Sierra Leone or something like that. Go there, you get all the information. But I'm going to try and do a video that I can share here as well, so you guys see what we're doing. Like I said, today we've planted about 200 trees today, and we want to plant more. Of course, we want to maintain the trees. Means we're paying staff down there. So whatever you donate will go a long way to that. So thank you very much for your donation, Alan Zachary. God bless you. So guys, please don't forget, do your donations, please. Yeah, support us. You can become a patron as well and support us through these projects. So yeah, I've mentioned about the skills. Get them skills, but like I said, go back there and train people with these skills. For me, I love giving back. So obviously I'm here, I do business, carrying environment. I mean, I do Kabor properties business, doing the real estate business. We got land there, we have properties we're building, renting. But part of that is because it's also supporting young people, employing them. That's what we've done. And I am an IT specialist. So what I've done, I've shipped over 21 iPads to Methodist Girls High School. So since 2019, I shipped them. I connected them with the school here where I work as well. And each time I go there, I give them training. I want to teach them skills that they can learn. They can, so that they get the skills to use. And those iPads are beneficial. They're using them for teaching and learning and improving their IT skills as well. So I always go in and pass on. I work with another charity, another orphanage called All Us One. I've shipped them books, clothes, and when I go there, I get the kids around and read to them, and I ship them some iPads as well, and I train them. And of course, I'm a musician. See, I got lots of stuff I do in it. I'm a musician. For those of you who don't know, I am a musician. You can check my videos. Showers Jallo is my YouTube page. If you go on there, Showers Jallo, you see my music that I do. I do Afrobeat and all sorts. But because of that as well, I'm sponsoring people in Sierra Leone, especially girls, to learn how to play drums. So that's what I'm doing as well. So, because again, I want them to learn skill that they can use wherever they go. So that's why I'm investing some money in girls in particular, because in Sierra Leone, girls, it's like a taboo thing. Girls don't play drums, it's for men. So I'm breaking that. That's why I decided to sponsor a girl to learn how to play drums at Balanta Music Academy, so they can learn it properly and get qualifications, skill they can use anywhere they go in the world, and even in Sierra Leone. And then they could become the first female drummer, professional female drummer in Sierra Leone. And then they can travel around the world and use those skills anywhere they go. So skills are very important. So I am doing all of that. So you can support me in doing that by becoming a patron on this page, by donating money now through the dollar sign down there. whatever you can do it to support me and support my people on that. Okay. So we're talking about the skills. What else do we need to move on? We're talking now, we need money, capital. A lot of people, again, travel, they just go maybe 500 or 1,000 after they bought the ticket, they move on because somebody have said, oh, it's cheap. If you go to Australia, you enjoy, you eat lobster, you eat this. And it is true. You will eat lobster, you will eat fish. The sun is there, the beach is there. I go there all the time. I just came back. I was there in April, so I came back. But if you do not have capital, if you haven't got any money to start you off with when you're there, my brother and my sister, you will struggle. Those of us who travel back and forth, we know people see you as a JC, people see you as a rich person. So if you turn up there and you go zero, trust me, you will struggle. People will not just give you money. Because as soon as you go to somebody and say, please borrow me, but I think, what? You just come from overseas, man. This is a JC. He's asking us for money. To them, it's like, whoa, what's going on? It is you who's meant to give them money, and people expect you to give them money. People are always behind you, think it's a JC. Every time you go around, people think, oh, you got money, you can support them. So do not go to Africa or Sierra Leone without capital. Make sure you've got some money to start a business, or you've already started a business there, set up something that you can start when you get there and you have that money to maintain you. I would say at least have something that 2 years to 3 years, you are safe financially, because those first 2 to 3 years is when you're learning, you're trying to develop. And especially I'm talking more for those who've never been, they just turn up, I want to go. Or even if you've been, but you've not been there long enough to understand the system, to learn stuff, or to live with the grassroots. Because a lot of us go for holidays, we don't really go down grassroots. We just go, and we hang around the beach, we hang around the hotels, we hang around the pubs or the bars, the fancy places, eat food, and then we say, wow, it's sweet, it's nice, Africa, Australia, when I was there, boom. That's a lot of us, we do those things. But for those of us who go down to the grassroots, who hang out with people who are there, who stays longer, who goes often, we understand that it is quite different. It's a different scenario. It's tough. Some of us are lucky, some are not. Once you understand that, you live, easy, live locally, live with the people, get involved with them, then you quickly understand how serious it is to live in Africa. A lot of people struggle, in Sierra Leone in particular. So when you're going there, go there with capital, have enough money to start your business. Okay? To start your business, or to keep you living there for 2 to 3 years. That's what I would say. Get that money, 3 years. If I'm going to live there for 3 years, I'm not going to worry about where am I going to provide my rent or my food. All my bills are paid for. I have that money. Or to start a business that will keep you. Basically, you've got to sustain yourself. Sustainability is important. Please, let money not left you us alone. That's a big warning. Okay, guys, don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to share this around. Okay, and drop your comments. Let me know what you think so far of what I'm talking about. If any of you here have been to Sierra Leone and struggled there financially, let me know, please. Okay, if anybody has, what's your experiences, drop that in the comment section. Anybody here planning to relocate to Sierra Leone, let me know. Drop that in the comment section. Tell me what you're interested in Sierra Leone. Why do you want to move there? What are you planning to do there? If anybody in here is thinking of doing business and you want some advice, you want consultation on, I'm happy to consult you on that. You want to do business, real estate, buying land in Sierra Leone, I've got some ideas. That's what we do. We support people buy and sell land. So yeah, if you have a house you're renting. Oh, by the way, somebody who I know is looking to rent property in Sierra Leone. Okay, 3-bedroom gated compound, should be able to park 4 cars. So there you go. If you know anybody here who's got nice property along the peninsula that is renting those, go. We haven't got anything to rent it. That's why I'm putting that out here now. Somebody is contacting me, want to rent. Okay, they want to rent from September. So yeah, there you go. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Of course, contact us if you have something. All right, we can link you with the person and get the business done for you guys. Boom. All right. So let me drink water. Yeah. The next one I want to talk about property. This brings me nicely into property. Try and get yourself property in Sierra Leone before you move there. Try. What I mean property, I mean at least have land or have your house built. Have you know what I mean, house built, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, or whatever you can afford to build it. As you and I know, paying rent is crazy. It takes up lots of your money. But if you can manage to build your own house and avoid paying rent, you have just cut off one of the major issues or one of the major expenses from your budget. So try as best as you can get a property down there, right? If you can. I know, of course, it's not easy, but if you can, get a property down there. And of course, if you want that organized for you as well, you contact us, kaborproperties@gmail.com. Kaborproperties.com is our website. We can help you with that as well. We have builders, we have engineers, designers to design a property, architects. So we can organize that for you easy. Okay. So, but even without us, try and do that. If you get that, yeah, you would have, yeah, save yourself a lot of expenses. Okay, because obviously you need a place to live, and you want that comfort as well that you've lived with over here in England or other parts of Europe or America. If you want that comfort, try and get yours, build it, design it to how you want it. Excuse me, design it to how you want it, and then go live in it. Enjoy it. Yeah, you certainly don't want to start renting because it's too much money or living with family. For those of us who have families in Sierra Leone, if you want to go live with families and you're a JC, some families would think some families now take it, you're going to sponsor the whole house. You're going to be responsible for feeding everyone in the house and making sure everybody's school fees is paid, etc. So you got to be careful of that. So the best thing, if you can, build your own and you stay there. Plus, you get your privacy as well. If you manage to build your own property or buy a property, it means you have your own privacy. So try and do that. Try and do that for sure. I will advise you to do that. And yeah. Okay, so what else that I need to talk about? Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. I mean, let me again, guys, don't forget to click the like button and share this around. Please, yeah, share this around. Let people get people involved, and let's talk about it. So, what else? What other point do I want to bring when on the topic of not just relocate to Sierra Leone just yet? Again, it ties into all of what the above that I've just mentioned, but the one thing that I want to mention now is about understanding the culture. The culture well. And when I talk about the culture, I don't mean like or traditional things. I mean just how things work in Sierra Leone, from just the ordinary person on the streets to politics to governments to businesses, just how the culture works, how people behave, how people react, how people talk, how what they understand is very important, because I've been going to Australia for a long, long time and I've been talking to people there. You quickly realize that, okay, you need to probably change the way you talk a bit for them to understand where you're coming from so that things are done better and quicker for you. Or you're going to be arguing with them and struggle a lot just because of simple miscommunication or them not understanding what you're saying. Or you not understanding them, you not understanding what they're saying, why they're saying what they're saying, how they're doing it. Because you're used to one kind of system over here and you're thinking that could work when I go to Australia. It's the same system. It's not the same. It's not going to work like that with everyone. With most people, in fact, who've lived in Sierra Leone, what you should know is that most people in Sierra Leone haven't traveled outside Sierra Leone. A lot of people don't have the opportunity to travel outside Sierra Leone. So they don't have the experience that you have. I'm talking for those of us who live abroad, who've traveled out as well. They don't have the experiences you have. So you may not understand what they're saying, why they're saying it, how they run things, what they do. Some of you have been, you understand what I'm talking about. So if you want things done just like that, it may not happen just like that. So those things you need to consider when you go before going. You need to try and understand the culture. So I would suggest go first, hang out there, talk to people, um, see the system, come back, go again. So slowly, relocate slowly and understanding the culture, understanding how people behave, how people talk, what they like, what they don't like, how you can now get in there and integrate. Of course, bring your ideas as well, but slowly bring it in and also pick out some of the ideas from the people and integrate. Okay. WM West Africa, you're welcome. 1980. So yeah, how you can integrate with the people there with your ideas and their idea, how you can put those together and how that can work for you effectively. And of course, the people around you. If you go with ideas, don't try and just push into people. Okay. Especially in Sierra Leone, I've seen people quick, they say, well, if it would if you say you be because you come overseas, because you are JC, because you think you know better because you come from overseas. So you got to be careful how you put your ideas to people over there for them to accept you, to appreciate you, and to do what you like them to do. So that's why I'm talking about knowing the culture. Okay. And just because you talk to people over there does not mean you know the culture. You understand? Does not mean you know much. You need to, because you talk to them over WhatsApp, etc. But when you live in the country, it's different. Trust me. If you've stayed away for 10 years, 20 years, or you were not even born there, living outside of that count of Sierra Leone is different to talking to people every day on WhatsApp or visiting. I know that for sure. I've lived outside Sierra Leone for a long time. Thankfully, I go every year, sometimes twice a year, and I stayed 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So I'm kind of still learning, but don't just think because you talk to people on WhatsApp, so you know the system well. You've got to be there yourself and experience it in many forms, different forms. For example, if you're building a house in Sierra Leone and you're there managing that building project, you'll quickly realize that I'm is different to when I'm talking to people over the phone. Yeah. There's so much things they're doing or they're not doing that is different to what you think, what you know, what you've heard, what you think they're doing is different, or what you want them to do and how they understand it is different. What you know in terms of quality might be different to what they call quality when it comes to house finishing, finishing a building in the first place. That's very interesting. What they call finish, some people, I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people there, when there's what they know about what they call finish, so we finish the building, is different to what you know over here. I was talking to a client yesterday, excuse me, and then he asked me regarding, he's not Australian, but he's been to Australia, and he was asking me regarding why people build their houses and then the sewage pipes, those pipes we put outside the building, almost everybody does it. You put it outside the building, you can see it next to the window, all the way running down, run that. He was like, why are we still doing that? He's seen that a lot. I said, well, there you go. Because he's thinking we've moved past that long ago. Because as you know, most parts of the West, in America in particular, I guess, everything is underground, isn't it? You don't necessarily see it because it goes underground. In Sierra Leone, it's different. People who paint, they will paint over a wall like this, or that window you see there. See, that's meant to be white, isn't it? When they're painting it, you will see some of the white paint on that glass because they don't sometimes use the masking tape to tape it. When I was in Sierra Leone back in March and April, I decided to paint my room myself with somebody I hired as well. But I decided to do it with them because I had to push for them to put masking tape on, etc. Hello, Mr. David Macare. Hello, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, if you have any comments you want to drop based on what I'm talking about, please feel free to let me know what you think. Drop your comment below, and don't forget to click like and share this, and don't forget to support our charity. Please, we're planting trees in Kamakuye, and then today we've just planted 200 of them, and we want to do more. So please don't forget to support us on that. Donate to us. I think I've shared the links on the description of this stream, of this live stream. And then, or you can just click on the $ below there and donate whatever you can towards that project. Okay, we're doing a lot of charity stuff back home. So please do that. You're looking to buy land in November. That's really good. Try and do that. If you can do that, that'll be awesome. Buy land is important. Okay. Again, if you need help with that, we're here. We can help you with that. I've got a lot of people always contacting me to help them sell land. So I'm doing that. And then I have somebody right now in America who's looking to sell some land that he has in Sierra Leone. I've got somebody else in Sierra Leone who've contacted me looking to sell land as well in Sierra Leone. So yeah, if you guys need that, let us know. We can help. If not, if you know anybody else or you can buy land, do it. Definitely do it. Buy that, secure it, look after it, develop it. God bless you, my brother. Okay. Yes, Mr. David, I just heard your few statement about building style and quality. I agree with you. Thank you. So yeah, so it's tricky. I've built houses there already. I'm building another one as I speak. So I understand what these guys, man. When you're talking to them, what you think is quality is different to what they know. So yeah, we need to start doing that. We need to up our game. We need to do more, and then just do things better. But again, it comes down to the education and what people have seen, what people are exposed to. In Sierra Leone, people are not exposed to much. The truth, internet is poor, so they don't see much stuff. And sometimes some people don't think outside the box either. So you got to know what you want. Again, talking about thinking outside the box. When I was building one of the other apartments I have there, I wanted to get my windows to open on the inside because I was putting the old school windows. So I wanted them to open on the inside. The reason being, I wanted the whole outside of it to be blocked with mosquito mesh because I was worried about the mosquitoes at the time. And I was doing it quick because I wanted to move in there as soon as I go to Sierra Leone. I didn't want to leave elsewhere. It become a struggle for them to create the windows for them to open on the inside because these guys have never done something like that. The welders have never done a window that open on the inside. So I had to design it myself. I had to draw it out, sat with these guys at his workshop when I went to Sierra Leone, design it with him, show him what I want, design it with him. Basically, eventually he got it. Even himself was surprised at himself, and he was so pleased that I showed him that. And I told him, you need to be recommending this to people. Because now, my whole apartment that I have there, there's no mosquitoes going in, there are no flies going in. It's all protected. Why? Because I blocked the whole outside with mosquito mesh, and my windows open on the inside and lap very well on the wall. When I was doing that, people were saying, "Oh, don't do that. Why are you doing that? Do the sliding is a new style, and they need to see the things. So the house is this and that." I said to them, my aim was to not get mosquitoes going in my house or flies. Because I've seen how many flies. I know people who have big houses. I've seen a big house in a hill station. So much flies going in. And mosquitoes, even though they have the sliding window thing, but the mesh was not done properly. And that window wasn't done properly. Again, finishing. So mosquitoes in the house, massive nice house at Hill Station. It was mental. So when I did this one at in I don't care, I was like, no way, I'm gonna block the whole thing. So right now my house, there's no mosquitoes going in. The people who are renting it, they're so happy. Yes, the windows are old school, but it protects them from mosquitoes and flies. And they open on the inside, close on the inside. And sometimes when it's hot, you don't even have to close it because you have mosquito mesh outside. So I had to sit down with them because these guys have never done it. So that's the tricky thing. People need to learn need to innovate, learn new ways to do things, to change the system, to improve, basically, to enhance their businesses as well. But even when you tell them, they insist on their own way. Exactly, Mr. David. You will argue with them. You're the one paying, and you're telling them, hey, this is what I want. Trust me, they will argue you. I've experienced that over and over. Thankfully, that's why I got my own builders now from my company for Kabor Properties. So they understand what I'm talking about. I've trained them a lot. I've told them what I want. I've explained to them especially people who live in overseas, what we are expecting. So they are trying their best. Yes, they still make one or two mistakes, but they're trying their best to do what I'm asking them to do and build properly. They understand. But I've been doing it for a while as well, so I have experience that enables me to direct them as well. I'm involved in designing the properties because, again, I'm a designer, so I'm involved with the architect to design things. I know how to use the AutoCAD, etc., etc. So I'm involved in a lot of things because I've learned those things over the years, and I've got experience. I've been doing houses built up for my mom, my brothers, friends, other people who've hired me, and I've done it for myself a few times. So that helps, and I'm usually on the ground doing it with them. So it helps me with the ideas. How much would 2-story bedroom cost for me to build? All depends on what you want. Again, thank you, Miss. Thank you, Bros, for answering that. I'm going to do the finishing work myself. Well, there you go. If you're going to do the finishing work yourself, Mr. West, VM West Africa, then it makes life easier for you. That will cut down the cost then. So we can't tell you right now how much it's going to cost. because you're going to do some of the work yourself anyway. But also, by the time you're about to do it, the prices would have changed because things are changing every single day. So that makes a difference as well. But yeah, the area where you're building, the type of materials you might want to use, change the costs. So there's so much involved. If you want to know that, you will have to get yourself a quantity surveyor, basically. Yeah, which we can provide for you as well if you want. We can provide you that service. Quantity surveyor is needed. Obviously, you need to get the land as well. Get a quantity surveyor, engineer that goes out there and look at the land, survey the land to advise. Well, that's what we do it, and we get engineers to go around and advise how you can build your property, your house on that land. Because in Sierra Leone, again, people just build how they want, which is dangerous, which is what I'm going to talk about next, about the environment. So we need to make sure we're doing it properly, get engineers to go down there, see the land, you know what I mean, and then advise on how to build, what you can build there. And before, of course, if you want to do it properly, get yourself a quantity surveyor to give you a quantity of whatever plan you have drawn, yeah, will cost to build. Because obviously you're going to draw it for us, get a plan, then the quantity surveyor is going to take that plan, look at the place, and give you costs. Yeah, it might be 10% over, 10% less, but it is usually more accurate when you get a quantity surveyor to do it for you, or experienced builder. Yeah, but that's the other thing. Building is really on. A lot of people do guesswork as well. They'll say, "Oh yeah, maybe it's cost this amount," and then when you start, they say, "Oh no, we need more," or they buy excess material that you don't need to buy. Although, to be honest, usually go to buy excess than buy under, because you would have budgeted for that. So yeah, it makes sense. All right, guys, please don't forget to click the like button and share this video around. Let's get more people talking. Let's get more contributions. And don't forget to support our charity. Like I mentioned, our tree project is going on. We're sponsoring girls in playing drums and learning how to play drums at Balance Academy of Music. So please, whatever you donate here will go towards those projects. So please do that. Planting the trees right now. So we need a lot of your support as we can. So click the links to support us. Please donate whatever you can. Click the $sign and donate whatever you can to that, please. Yeah, thank you. Now the other point I was going to raise regarding to not just move to Sierra Leone just yet is about your family. For those of you who've got family, if you've got a family, VM West Africa, thank you very much, bro. Thank you. I mean, I say bro, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, so sorry, apologies. But thank you very much for that donation you just made. Yeah, thank you. God bless. Yeah, like I said, we will share videos and pictures of the project going on. We're working with school children in Karina district, planting trees. You can see all, if you go to our GoFundMe page, you can see there are videos that we've shared. So under the description of this video, there's a GoFundMe link. Click on it. You will see the information, that you see what we're doing. You see the pictures and videos to give you a bigger picture of what we're doing in terms of planting trees. Yeah, thank you. And then if you go to our website, of course, which is kaborproperties.com, again, you will see some of the charity stuff we're doing, the kids we're supporting with learning drums, and then, yeah, other children we're supporting. We don't have big money, but we're just doing whatever little we can to support whatever way we can, especially with the environment. We're doing that because I think for us it's very important. Yeah. So, but we'll need your support to make it even happen bigger. So thank you very much. Support us, share the link, and tell everybody. Okay. Yeah, I'm a man. Thanks. Okay, boss. Sorry. Yeah, because of course I don't see the face. I think you don't have a picture on there. Those saw some kind of. I think you got the statue in Dakar. Have you been to Dakar? VM West Africa. Have you been to Dakar? You know, I've been to Dakar. I love Dakar. So yeah, the other thing we want to talk about is about family. Have you checked whether your family or your family is ready, mentally ready to go to Africa? Because if you have children, you got a wife or husband, have you checked with them whether they're ready to relocate to Sierra Leone or Africa? Because you can't just say, "Oh, we're gonna move, we're gonna go." Your kids may not be ready. Your partner may not be ready. So that's important to think about. You know what I mean? That's important to think about and then plan when you're going. Don't just go. like that, because your family needs to be mentally ready. Thank you, Mr. David. Thank you for that donation. God bless. So your family needs to be ready mentally. You can't just go. If you've got kids, you got to think of their education. You got to think of them relocating. Obviously, I don't know if you're not used to giving them food from Africa like cassava leaf, potato leaf. They will struggle with that. I mean, I'm not saying that's not a reason to go. I'm just saying those are things they'll struggle with when they get there. So just understand that there's going to be some struggle at the beginning. So yeah, so you need to think about those things. I love cassava leaf and potato leaf, and I eat it. Even here in England, I do eat it sometimes. Whenever I go to Australia, I bring some African food. I brought rice from my farm, by the way. I got a rice farm back home. The last time I came, I brought some rice, and now I'm planting more again. I've expanded the farm. Got a big farm. We're growing rice, and we're again in a way to employ people and to support the village there where we're doing the tree planting project. So there's a massive rice farm there. I have, yeah. So just to let you know about the things that we're doing. No, I only been to Sierra Leone going back in November. Oh, brilliant. So yeah, that's good. So November, that's brilliant. Go there, man. Go and enjoy. Thank you very much, Aminata, Malik. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're just doing our best. Don't forget to support us. Click the like button. Share this video around. I've got 12 people in here. Let's get 12 likes. Come on. I got 12 people. So let's get at least 12 likes. It's 8. We need 4 more likes and we're 12. If you like the video, that means you create traction and then, we get to see more people get to see it. And of course, if you share this to one person, the numbers will double. And if 12 people or 11 people share this now, we'll get more 11 people watching, then we get the double. And you're going to help us. And don't forget to subscribe. If you've not subscribed yet to this channel, please subscribe. Okay, that's another way you help us grow, please. And once the more we grow, the more we're able to help back home, like what we're doing, the tree project, the girls that we're supporting in learning, studying drums, etc., that we're doing back home. Because again, we just want to give back. We're not rich, we don't have money, but you support us, we support people. It goes round like that. Yeah. So God bless all of you who have donated so far. Please keep donating. Click that $sign and donate, or go to the pages that we have in the description. So yeah, let's go back to the family thing. Your family is not ready to go yet. You need to check that. You need to check whether the kids, your partners are ready to move. You know what I mean? You understand, what will your partner be doing when they get to Sierra Leone? What would they be doing? Do they have anything they plan to do? Do they have like their own careers that they want to pursue? Do they have anything they're interested in? Will they be able to do that in Sierra Leone? You've got to consider all of that. You've got to think about that. Everybody around you, your kids, if they're going to go to school or if they're going to work. I mean, obviously, if your kids are grown-ups, that's probably better. They could always stay here and then you go and then they could visit or whatever, or they can make informed decision. But when your kids are young, you're going to think of course, their education. There are private schools in Sierra Leone, of course. Again, comes back to money. You'll have to pay for that. So, which is why you need money. You need to make sure you have capital. You need to make sure you have businesses running in order for you to pay for that, to live that comfort life. Of course, if you want your kids can go to a state school, I would advise against that, by the way. But you can choose to say, I want my kids to go to state school. But I cannot imagine somebody who lived overseas, America, UK, wherever, advanced countries, your kid is going, even if your kid goes to state schools now, as most people, their kids here goes to state school. But as you and I know, the state schools, in terms of facilities, are far better than schools in Sierra Leone. So I wouldn't imagine anybody who's come from here want to just put their kids in the state school in Sierra Leone. You might want to put them in a private school. Again, it's going to be cheaper than here, but over there it's going to be very expensive in terms of for the normal Sierra Leonean who lives there. So that means you need money as well to be bringing that money in order for you to pay that school fees for your kid. And of course, it's not the school fees, transportation, etc. And then you might want to be driving him or her to the school because they use here to get bus to take them to school. In Sierra Leone, it's not necessarily the case. There are buses, but they don't work effectively like here. Yeah. So do you build all over Sierra Leone or just in Freetown? All over Sierra Leone, we do. It's just at the minute we're focused on in Freetown because obviously, we do projects bit by bit as we get them. But everywhere in Sierra Leone, we do. In terms of, when I say we're focusing Freetown, I mean Kabor properties, we're focusing Freetown. But we have all the people we are helping building houses up country. Right as I speak, my builders, because I've halted the project in I don't care at the minute. We've roofed it. So I've told them to wait for now because it's rainy season anyway. So I said them to wait. So they're focusing on supporting somebody else now, building for somebody up country. So yeah, we are all over Sierra Leone. You can, if you want to build up country, we can help you do that. Easy. Yeah. Greetings from the Caribbean islands. One love. Yes, big up One Love. Dev Baku. Is that how you pronounce your name? Which Caribbean island are you tuning in from? Let's know. Is it Jamaica? I want to go to Jamaica, by the way. I've heard a lot, and I love reggae music. Myself, I've written and released a reggae song. In fact, two reggae songs. One is a Three Plants in One called Plant Mortic. Check it on my YouTube. I've got another reggae song called Loving You. Again, check it on my YouTube. Showers Jalo is my YouTube page. Go there, look for those two songs. They are reggae songs. You will love them. And don't forget to subscribe while you're there as well. But yeah, so tell us, Dev, DEV, which Caribbean country are you tuning in from? Yeah, welcome anyway. Thank you for being here. We're just discussing about relocating to Sierra Leone and Africa as a whole, why you shouldn't just jump and do it just like that. We've talked a lot about reasons you shouldn't just jump on. You know, the last topic, the last point that I was touching on was about your family. Are they mentally ready? Can you afford the family lifestyle they are used to in the UK or in the Western world or anywhere else that is more advanced than Sierra Leone? We need to think about all of that before we just jump and move. Okay. So to just recap again, don't just move to Sierra Leone if you haven't got enough skills. That's one of the things I've mentioned. Yeah, you need to really try and make sure you get skills that will sustain you that you can use. Okay. We have 14 people in here. Please click the like button, guys. Click the like button. We got 15 now. Click the like button and let's do it. Trinidad and Tobago. Wow, brilliant. That's lovely, man. How is it out there, man? Have you got what's the property business in Trinidad and Tobago? How is it? How is it over there? I love to visit all those islands, by the way. I love the Caribbean. It's warm. In fact, Jamaica and them places, they have similar weather to us in Sierra Leone. So, in fact, in Jamaica, we have the Maroons, who, connected to Sierra Leone. Obviously, we understand the patois as well, the Jamaican patois, because we speak Creole. So, yeah, so definitely I want to connect to the Caribbean people. I want to go there. I've got some Caribbean friends anyway. If I got a Jamaican guy I'm doing business with here as well. I got somebody from Trinidad I'm doing business with here as well. In fact, one of my Trinidadian friend is coming to Sierra Leone with me at some points to check out some businesses we could do in Sierra Leone as well. So yeah, so brilliant. Thanks for tuning in, Dave. Okay. If you have any chance to support our charity, please do so. We're planting trees. So do so. Click the $sign and do your donation, or click on one of the links that we've put under the description here. Mr. David, what you say? Since Freetown is mostly congested, what other areas do you think is up and coming, and your suggestions about Lunge? Definitely get a land in Lunge. In fact, there's a land there. Somebody told me that they're selling. It's on our website. Go to our website, kaborproperties.com. There's a land there we posted. Somebody is selling that. 2 town lots in Lunge. Good location, not too far from the airport, not far from to get to Tagrin. Definitely look into that. I agree with you. Freetown is getting congested. So certainly, if you can grab a land in Lunge, that's a good area. Lunge is developing. As you know, they're building a new terminal there. Again, that means Lunge is going to be popular for a while because they're using it all the way for transportation, isn't it? So definitely, and now there's 2 ferries arrived. Hopefully, fingers crossed, those ferries are good enough. They're going to run for a while, and they're just going to get improving, and then there you go. Plus, it means you stay away from the noisy truck hustle and bustle of Freetown anyway. So definitely, they grab a land in Lunge. Lunge is coming up. I've seen people build, properties there like Airbnbs, etc. So again, if you have property there, good chance for you to turn it into Airbnb if you want. Because sometimes when people arrive at Lunge, we struggle for where to stay. If the ferry, well, those people who are going to cross with the normal ferry, they struggle. You understand? They struggle. But if you have a reasonable place there, you have your own little property there, you can do it Airbnb. People maybe might stay there for a night or two. I know. Plus, you may not want to be in the hustle and bustle of Freetown. Just want to be in Lunge, chill, cross to Freetown maybe for one weekend and go back, and then travel from here. So definitely Lunge, and Lunge got lots of flat land as well. So if you like flat land, definitely go for Lunge. Certainly, I would definitely go for Lunge if I have the money to buy in Lunge. I'm not even hesitating to do it. So yeah, Lunge, Waterloo, those ends outside Freetown, Kerrytown, even Tokyo. If you have money to buy in Tokyo, Tokyo is coming up. Tokyo is getting bigger and bigger is because the road is being fixed. They are very slow with it, but it's being fixed. So I will advise anybody here, if you have money and you see a genuine land around those areas, around that peninsula, go for it still. Because I mean, it's gonna open very, very soon. So yeah, definitely Mr. David, go for Lunge. Yeah. It's okay, it's certainly not cheap. That's certainly not cheap, my brother. I agree with you that one there. That's definitely not cheap. We got land there, big land, and we know people are selling land there as well. It's very expensive, and it's going to get more expensive when the road is finished. The road is not finished yet, and it's that expensive. That's why I'm saying, if you can afford it now, if you can try and get something there now, get it sooner. But I agree with you. Lungi as well is cheaper than Lotoke. Go there, and the sooner you do, the better. Because one of the lands they showed us in Lunge a few months ago was like 18 million. Now they're asking about 20 something, whatever, 30 million leons. So yeah, go for them. When I mean leons, I mean old leons, by the way. So just in case people are getting confused, because these all new leons, I'm confused about it. So when they say 30 million, if it's 30, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that means 30,000 new money, 30,000 leons new money, okay? 30,000 new leons. That's what it means if you cancel the 3 zeros. That's the kind of prices now you're looking at Lunge. No, but it depends. So you might get 18 million, which is like 18,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 for a town lot. So go for it, man. Don't hesitate, man. Get that land and sort it out. So yes, I was recapping. So why you shouldn't move to Sierra Leone just here to Africa? You don't have the skills, capital, money, get money to start you off. You need that. You don't want to start borrowing money there as a JC. Trust me. Don't don't run out of money in Sierra Leone as a JC. Don't do that. Never. You don't have a property there to live or to stay. So that's important. Try and get property to live in. It makes life cheaper for you. If you can get a house, it makes life cheaper. You don't want to be living with family or friends and stuff. They might accommodate you for that first month. By the time you know there's a JC, what's in there happen now? They expect you to probably feed the whole house, pay people's school fees and things like that. And you don't have as much privacy. So that's one advice. I'm not saying everybody should build out straight away. You might not be able to, but I'm just saying if you can do that, then you move, which means go slowly. Because whilst you're building the house, if you go there spend 2-3 months, whilst you're building your property, you would understand the culture a little bit more, understand the system a little bit more. When you're ready to go, you've got somewhere to stay, which is yours. That will cut off major expenses. Okay. The other bit I want to point is knowing the system, knowing the culture. You don't know the culture well, you don't know the system well. Get to know that. Get to know the culture. Get to know how people do things in Israel and how people run things there. You know what I mean? And of course, get to know the culture, as in the cultural tradition, plays, whatever that is you want to get involved in. I think so. I think it's about 2,000, whatever, depending on the exchange rate, because the rate changes daily, my brother. So it could be that 30 million leons could be that amount. I don't know. It depends what the exchange rate is now. I know more pounds, so I don't know about leon dollars, but yeah, it could be that. Yeah. So yeah, property to live there is important. The system, knowing the culture, and then your family is not ready. So think about that. All right. So let me drink water, and then we're going to get to the next topic that I want to talk about: the environment, real estate, and the environment. And I really need you guys to contribute to this, to tell me what you guys think, and let's share ideas, because this is a very important topic. We really, 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 really need to consider the environment while we're building houses, while we're doing real estate, especially in Sierra Leone, which is why we at Kabor Properties, we are planting trees. Yeah, because we have seen the devastation. We have seen how the environment, especially in Freetown, I mean, you all know what happened a few years ago with the mudslide that took place in Freetown. For those who don't know, we had a massive mudslide a few years ago, lost lots of lives, damaged properties. That was crazy. And of course, over the years, we've been having lots of floodings in the city, lots of floodings. Every time there's rainy season, there's floodings because poor design of the city, poor management, no drainages or less drainages, if you like. People just build how they want, chock a block. There's no proper structure in terms of design, like something that is there to say, no, you can't build here. This is how you build. So it messes up the place. And deforestation. We are chopping down trees like nobody's business. If you go up country where we're planting now in Kamakwe, a massive deforestation is going on, which is why we started this project to plant trees. When we saw how they are cutting the trees down, we were like, whoa. So that is when I started that project and I joined, obviously, it took Kabor Properties and other people to say, hey, let's do this. Let's start planting trees to reforest. Otherwise, we're going to be in danger. Our children are going to be in danger. You know, I mean, it's easier to sit here and be, I don't care because I don't have kids in Sierra Leone. I'm like, I could choose not to go to Sierra Leone ever. I'm British. But you've got to think of, how on a minute. You know what I mean? Anything could happen. And this is affecting people that I know. My family is there, my mom is there, my cousins, people that I don't know. My children might want to go to Sierra Leone. I obviously want to go to Sierra Leone. I want to live in Sierra Leone forever. So we have to be careful how we build. Now, I've seen a lot of times how we build in Sierra Leone. Like one thing that, in fact, that amazes me when you have architect design your building, they don't even design drainage with it. They design your house, there's no drainage. The builder who comes to build your house does not build a house and put drainage. They'll build your house, finish, and say, we're done, and try to hand it over to you, but haven't added drainage at all. And so if you don't think about it, to say, hang on, where's the drainage? Where am I waste going to go? That's about it. Where are you going to put a bin? People just like to burn the rubbish at the back of the house or something like that. That's all not good for us, for the environment. It's not good for our children. We're using timber, of course, for, ramps for the boards or whatever, the trees we're cutting down for building. But how many times have we donated or planted something being veg? Oh, my email address. Our email address is kaborproperties@gmail.com. So Kabor, Kabor, properties@gmail.com. That is our email. You can find us as well on our website, which is kaborproperties.com. Yeah, that is our website. Go there and then send us email, and then we will talk. I don't know what you want to talk about. We'll talk. Yeah, I don't understand why they are cutting down the trees. Well, because of business, isn't it? People are doing businesses. There's so many reasons why they cut down the trees. One, obviously, to build a house, they need to cut down trees to get us timber, and those boards you see we use for whether roofing or whatever with concreting is from the trees, isn't it? Which is why Kabor Properties we thought, I'm going to be, it's good to keep on planting trees because we're going to cut them anyway because of building. We can either decide to change the way we build, but whichever way is trees, you have to cut trees for lots of things, but you have to replant. We can't just go cut like they're doing. You get people going in there just cutting down massive forests, not thinking of, hang on a minute, what have we planted? If you cut one tree, have you planted 2 or 3 to reforest that area? We don't do that. So yeah, that's one reason why they're cutting trees. So it's not like you cannot cut it, because some trees, they get old as well. You got to cut it. Yeah, but you got to replant. We got to plant more. But right now it's crazy. That's why now, even because I do farming, I do rice farming as well. The rain sometimes they delay because there's no trees. Sometimes too much rain, and then the flooding takes place because there are no trees sometimes to take all that water and drink all that water. Look what's happening in Freetown. If you look up those mountains, it's all clean. People are chopping the place down, and there's no proper planning on how they're building around there. And what we need to understand also is that having trees around makes the value, adds value to the property. Not just protect your house or the environment, but it adds value to your property as well. And of course, it makes sense that we, of course, take in oxygen, which is provided by the trees and flowers. And then the trees takes in the carbon dioxide, the waste that we pull out. So does it not make sense? So, so that's why I personally think the environment is important. We need to think about that, which is why, again, I'll need your support to support us planting this tree. So don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to donate whatever you can. Click on the $ and donate to our charity. We're planting trees. We need to keep doing that. Every one of us needs to support that one way or the other. Yeah, we need to do that. what we're saying. Let me see what people are saying. Let me read. Yeah, $2,000. Yeah, that's about that. Yeah, to be in West Africa. Um, Beam Badge, have you got email now? I've sent it to you. kaborproperties@gmail.com, and kaborproperties.com is the website. Okay, so contact us there to let us know what you're gonna. I want to live in Sierra Leone. I want to contribute to saving the environment in Sierra Leone. Abdul Sharif, yes, please do that. Do that definitely. You want to live there? If it make more sense to support it, yeah. So thank you very much. And then I mean, if you can donate towards our tree planting project, please do so. Click the $ and do your donation, or go to the GoFundMe page that we've shared. We shared the link on the description of this video. Go there and do your donation. You can obviously donate again on the PayPal. You can donate. You can become a patron to Kabor Properties. That money goes towards the project that we are doing. Yeah, and of course on the GoFundMe page, you will see how what we've done so far in terms of planting the trees, and we want to do more. We want to expand, and just do that and support the young people. Yeah. All right. Let me read another comment that somebody says. What are some of the main problems over there now? Example, inflation. Oh, Dev. Seriously, man. I don't know where to start. There's so much. I mean, as you know, inflation is everywhere right now. Petrol goes up, everything goes up. So in my country, of course, there's big issue with inflation right now. Petrol is up. I think a few days ago, petrol came down. It was like 22 leons, new leons, which is 22,000 leons in the old leons. But I think it's been brought down to 20 leons now, which is 20,000 leons. But what's funny is when I was in Sierra Leone, before I went to Sierra Leone in March, it was like 15,000 leons. Then while I was in Sierra Leone, then it went up to like 18,000 leons. Then by between then and now, it went up to 22,000 leons. So this is just between March to wherever July, it went up all the way up to from 15 to 22,000 leons. And of course, that meant prices went up for food, transportation, of course, building materials, iron rod, wool, cement went up, everything went up. So that's affecting lots of people, affecting businesses, affecting those of us with the building, because the budget we have for the building I'm doing right now changed because those things changed. Excuse me. Because those things changed, prices went up. So it affected us big time. Yeah. So that's a big issue there. Inflation is really big. It first starts with proper city planning. Absence of that is jungle city. Everyone will do their own thing. Absolutely, Mr. David, you're correct. The city has to be planned. That's when I went to Dakar. That's why I love Dakar. Obviously, Dakar is flat as well. It's easy to plan. But again, they had the mentality. So it's planned. They have like 1 or 2, 3 house. There's a access road. 2, 3 houses access road. And also they made it more, especially in the city area where I used to stay. I stayed in Anne Maris and other places. They make sure there's electricity in there. There's water pipes pass through and everything. And then they organize how you build. You can't just go build from here to there, wherever. They organize how you build. So that makes it easier for people to travel around these roads. Whereas in Sierra Leone, you see people struggling with not having drainage, no roads. Because even those of us who are building this, we're not even thinking to say, no, what, I'm not going to put my wall on directly on the border. I'm going to make sure there's little space so I can put drainage. People are struggling for a tiny inch. They're putting wall here, blocking here, not thinking, hold on, but where's the drainage? Where's the road? In fact, in Sierra Leone is where I've seen people buy like 20, 30,000, 50, or even 80,000 pounds vehicles, 4x4s, and drive it on a road that is broken, bad road. I don't get it. I don't understand it. How can somebody buy a car that is 40, 50,000 pounds worth, but the road is bad? They go and drive it on a bad road. Does that make sense? I don't know. People do that. So we got to think about all this. The environment is very, very important. The sewage system, drainage system, how we're cutting down the trees. People not understanding that when you build a house, if you have trees around it, it helps because your roof is not going to just fly off. And if there's flooding, that trees drinks the water. It helps, gives you fresh air. It just increases the value of a property. We need to consider that. Aminata, true. We have to replant. We certainly have to replant Aminata, that's for sure. Yeah. Don't forget that, guys. Please click the like button and subscribe to this channel and share this around. It's very, very important that we get more people listening and contributing to this, and let's discuss. Yeah, please do that. Please don't forget, subscribe, share this, and of course, you can donate to our tree planting project by either clicking the $sign there, donate what you can, or go to the GoFundMe page, that link that we've shared on the description of this video, and please donate whatever you can to that. Yeah, all the other links are on there, how you can donate, and you can read up what we're doing or how we're doing it. Yeah. Secondly, we have to rethink the way we build, sand mining, breaking rocks, etc. This is exactly the point, sir. Sand mining, and this is the point. So for me, I've been thinking, how do they manage the sand mining? What should we do? What should the government do? Because I've been thinking about it. Recently I did a video of Port Beach. I don't know if you've not seen it, go back to this channel. Some of the videos I've uploaded after this video, you will watch it. I didn't film the whole of it, but there are some bits that I walked through. You can see how the sand is gone. Some of the houses that were built on the beach being ripped off, they broke. Again, talking about the environment, how we build, people just went and built their houses literally on the sea or next to it without thinking of how they should build there, what materials they should use. So, of course, nature does its thing. It came and smashed the whole thing, houses down. But you can also see where people that does mining sand and is just digging and digging and digging and going. I went to Tokyo, a similar thing is happening there. I'm thinking this beach is so nice. If we carry on mining sand like this, we're going to damage this beach and eventually going to wipe this whole village down, because I can see it's a small village. So I'm worried. But what do we need to do to sort this sand mining? What do we need to do? Anybody have any ideas that we can talk about or we can share here? Because we need to think. I don't know what to do. It doesn't mean that the government have to have a specific area where we do the sand mining. Because when they're building a house, people need sand. Is there a specific way they can mine for a while, like get the sand and then leave that area for a while, move to somewhere else, and then leave that? You know what I mean? Like, say this year, this is what we're going to do, and then leave it. Then go, like when we do farming, you do farming in one area for a while. You got to leave the sand. You got to leave that area for a bit so that the soil replenish again, get nutrients again, and come back there maybe another year. At least leave it for a year or two. I don't know whether the same thing we need to do for the sand, or we just change how we build. Maybe we just use, I don't know, what can we use? Timber. But again, if we use timber, we're cutting down trees. So again, what do we do? You know, it's important to suggest ideas, guys. What do you guys think? Stone, or for breaking the stones again. Yep, break the rocks up the hills. What's going to happen? The soil is going to lose, it's not going to hold, and then it's going to cut, like what happened in the mountains the last time. The trees, of course, they cut down. It means nothing is there holding the soil. Erosion is going to take place, and then it's going to mess up the sea. That kills the fish, because all that's mining the stone is going to mean when water comes, they're going to roll down with all the dirt into the sea. And of course, people throw dirt into the sea as well. That is poor waste management. So we're killing the fish, which is supposed to benefit us, messing up the sea. So it's really, really scary for me. Do Australia have any environmental conservation regulations? Abdul, I think they do have a company there. They have regulations, if you like. But for me, it's about how effective things are. It's about what we're doing, what the government is doing, what people are doing, individual people as human beings, how much education people have. Because people just throw plastic on the floor, on the ground, on the streets. People just burn something in the backyard, like they're rubbish. In fact, the main waste area is in the center of the city. That's how I would call it, center of city, because one is I think it's in, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. One is at Ferry Junction, called Bome. I think that's the Bome. And we have another one that is at Kintom or Congo Tong area. Bro, Congo Tong is center of town. We have a waste area there. Crazy. Each time you go there, you see the place, smoke coming up, they're burning stuff, and people live next to it. You have the Bome one as well, the one that is at Ferry Junction in east end of Freetown. Again, that's in the center of city now. Those things should have been moved far, far outside the city and then build low cost housing there, or just plant trees there, or make it a park. Because right now we don't have a park. We haven't got a proper park at all for your children to play when you go, like here in the UK. I don't know if America, in the UK, we have massive parks where you can just go and play, like green area, where there's trees, woods. We have woods as well. You can go walk. We have like a green area with grass, soft play areas for children. None of that. So those places could be cleared and do something like that there. Or if they want to accommodate people, build low cost housing. But move all that waste thing way outside the city. But also not just to just move it there and burn it. Do a recycle system, recycle these things. So to answer your question, yes, there are some regulations, but are they being enforced? That's the question. Is it effective? So recycle thing could be a way forward for those of you who are thinking about business in Sierra Leone. If you have any opportunity for recycling, I think that's a way forward. Yeah, massive recycling needs to. We need a company like that in Sierra Leone, man, to recycle lots of the waste. Loads of waste. It's scary. The drainages are blocked up because of waste as well. Hence the flooding, all of that, because people just dump their stuff. Listen, that video I filmed, Porto Beach, go watch it. You will see what I'm talking about. I did film some part of the waste. This beach is so nice. It's quiet. Nothing happens. But because we are throwing all that rubbish from our house down that area, it's all packed. The whole beach is a mess. It's a big shame. It's a very big shame. Building materials are so expensive. Yes, they are very expensive. Look at what they do it to Lumley Beach building. And exactly. Lumley Beach and them places, man. It's a shame. It's really a shame. And I've visited most of the beaches around in Sierra Leone, and I'm thinking, wow. First of all, if we look after these places well, it's good for us, for the environment, for our children, but also brings money. We can invite tourists, we can bring tourists there and then create employment easily. That can create employment easily, but we've got to look after them properly first and make sure that they're clean and we bring people in. Build the right way there as well, build the right kind of properties there that makes the place look good and it's safe. I think that's one big thing. Get the sand from nearby island. Well, what you're saying, they get the sand from nearby island, yes and no. Because those island people live there as well. If you keep getting their sand, then what's going to happen to the island? It's going to wipe the island off, isn't it? So, like I said, I don't know what the solution is to that, if I'm honest, but that's why we're here to talk about it. What's the solution? What do we need to do? What does the government need to do? And the people, because not just we talk about the government all the time, but us as individuals as well, who are building or who use the beach, who are in Sierra Leone, who are outside, who goes there, who are investing. What do we need to do to help with the environment, the sand mining, whatever way we're building? As for us, Kabor properties, we're focusing on helping planting trees. So that's one way we are helping. But of course, we know that we need to do more as individuals, with the wastes. Like when I go to Australia, I drink, obviously, most of us go to Australia, we drink bottled water. Thankfully, okay, my mom used them for selling drinks, ginger beer, etc. So that's how I recycle them. But I remember one time before going to Australia, and I did contacted a company that I saw online that says they recycle bottles, plastic bottles. But when I checked with them, there was nothing much they were doing. Because I was thinking, hang on, because usually when you drink the bottle, I buy like 24 bottles and more, because the longer you leave them, you drink more. And I pack them in my kitchen. And you can see a bundle of these bottles. I'm thinking, my gosh, if I don't do something, this is going to end up in some waste. But thankfully, people use them for ginger beer and stuff. So in a way, that's how I recycle them. I give it to my mom to use, or I find people who use them. But we need something to be done properly. As Sierra Leoneans, as individuals, as a government, they need to do that. But back to the main story about real estate and the environment. The building, the sand mining, the stones that we're breaking, the timber, the woods, the timber we're using are all contributing to the damaging the environment. So what do we need to do to minimize that or to help? Personally, planting trees helps because obviously you're using trees. So that's one way. I don't know how the sand mining can be managed, but I guess that's something we can do about that as well. I think I don't know I don't know what the government have in place for that. In fact, I don't have a clue. Anybody has any idea who's been to Sierra Leone, who's Australian, and have any idea what the government have in mind, have in place for um this sand mining solution? What's the solution? What are they thinking? What have they put in place? I don't know. I will have to probably contact them and find out. But if you have any idea, please let us know, guys. Okay. That's a great idea. Plus, it will help save the lives of those young men going deep sea for sand. Get the island from nearby. Sorry, I don't know what you mean by that, Mr. David. What do you mean by great idea? Plus, you help is in as in to mine the sand from a nearby island. You mean that will help? Maybe. Superior sanitation system must be built in Sierra Leone to include the recycle system. Absolutely, David. Absolutely, I've said that. We need to. The government need to do something, or somebody who's got money who can meet the government and say, well, yeah, let's do that. That's because you're building a mansion. West Africa is building a mansion. Is Amina is building a mansion. Amina, are you building a mansion? That mansion is killing my bank accounts. Oh, dear. That's a very good point you guys just raised. Yeah, when people are building in Israeli at times, we Africans, when we're building back home, we want to build mansions because we have the space. That's the other thing. We want to build, like if we have, say, 2 town lots. Yeah, we want to build a house to fill the whole 2 town lot. We're not even thinking, hold on a minute, we need outside space because in Africa, we are outside a lot. We don't even think about that. We just go build. I've seen houses there. My God, where are my houses? Yeah, some houses nearby. Lord have mercy. It's so big. When you go in, there's no like space to sit outside. It's just a massive house. They park like 2, 3 cars there, and that's it. You go inside. That's where you have Yes, they have big balconies over there. But I just kept thinking, hold on. Africa is so hot, Sierra Leone in particular. Why are we not leaving space to sit outside? Why are you not leaving space for a playground, like for your children to play, or to just chill with your friends, play basketball or whatever, or have some kind of games area outside? What about a swimming pool area? Some people just build it out so big. You go in there, you're thinking, well, where's the outside space to sit? Just a little area they left. So when you go and build a big house, obviously it takes more money. The bigger the house, the more money. Iron rod, cement, sand. so Amina, I don't know how you're coping, but I'm sure you'll overcome that. You will overcome it. Don't worry. You're blessed. 6 bedroom. Oh my days. 6 bedrooms house, Amina. Wow. What? You're a strong woman. 6 bedrooms. That's huge. 2-story building as well. I'm roofing. You're roofing now. What roofs are you? What type of zinc are you using? Zinc, by the way. What roof are you using? Yeah, they have that 8 inches or so. That's expensive. See, I'm roofing. Listen, you're killing me now. But I'm sure. Listen, I just persevere. Do it. I'm sure you'll finish it. Yeah. Which area are you building? Whereabout in Freetown? Are you saying Freetown or country? If in Freetown, whereabout? It's not easy, no, but yeah. Yep. Let me invite we on the what's it called, the launching, the warm house warming. Exactly. 60,000 leons per leaf. Yeah, there you go. Then I think that 8 inches, then call out 8 feet. I think that 8 feet, then call that one the 8 feet one. Me just I roof the house back in long ago actually, but I use the 8 foot and it's blue. I get the blue because the reason why I put it, make sure it painted blue for so that I not rust anymore. Because my mine also been built. Obviously, that's not a long time ago, since way back in 2004, 2005. The roof, of course, the zinc, the rusty because get paint. So now with the roof, I make sure I get the painted one already for sort that one out. 8 foot. So yeah, it's big, but it's expensive. But yeah, definitely if we invite we up on the housewarming, definitely they will come. Me and Mr. David will they come attend the housewarming party. But yeah, well done for investing. And then, also you live, Aminata, also you day, you day England or America, whose part of the world where you live. But yeah, definitely well done for investing. And because obviously property is very, very important. You invest in that, you invested for a long, long time, for generations. You got to think about those things. Generational wealth is important for us, for our families, our children, and stuff like that. Or USA, okay. So yeah, definitely you're doing well in investing in doing that. Just keep persevering and doing it and do it properly. Not forget drainage. Put guts around your house and make sure it's connected to the main drainage if there's a main drainage somewhere, or you do something to make sure it's safe. Think about your road, your access road in and out. Oh, another thing I need to advise, if you can, put smoke alarm in your houses. I've seen lots of, I don't think anybody in Australia has thought about that. People put smoke alarms in their homes. I don't think anybody's doing that. Yeah. Right now, me in my house is in, oh, the other thing, if you can again, get fire doors from here, especially your interior doors. Try and make sure they are fireproof. That's what I've done. I've shipped fire doors from here. And if I've made the exterior doors, I'm going to get them fire ones. I'm going to look for those fancy ones, but they are fire exit doors as well. I'm going to put them, and I'm putting, obviously, I've got smoke alarms. The reason being, I've seen how fire damages things in Sierra Leone, and I've seen a lot of tragedies in Sierra Leone. While I was in Sierra Leone recently, there was a fire not too far from where my house is. Somebody else burned down. And luckily for them, it was during the day. People were out of the house. Because that's one of the other issue. When we're putting all those guards to protect us from thieves coming in. But what we're not doing is thinking of how we're going to get out if there's an emergency. So think about it when you're building the house. If you've not put the guards yet, think about how they're going to fix those guards so it's easier for you to get out. That's important. Right now, that's what I'm thinking of for this new one. I've got something I've seen in England I'm going to introduce, like sliding thing or something that you can open from the inside, or at least there are certain strategic areas where I'll have something that you can just click that thing and the bar opens and you're out if there's an emergency. That's important to think about. Make sure you got smoke alarms in the house as well, because in Sierra Leone, as you know, electricity comes and goes funnily sometimes, so that might cause fire. A lot of things can cause fire. I've seen a lot of trouble there, so that is why I'm advising people, get yourself fire doors. Interior doors could be fire doors. That will help. If you can get the exterior doors, fire doors as well, maybe, or okay, get a normal one, but make sure interior doors are fire proof, and try and get your guards, make them in a way where you can get out easily if there is a problem, emergency fire in particular. Yeah, do your drainage as well. Make sure your septic tank is sorted. Just an advice. I mean, you probably know this already anyway. What's this man? Practically ran out of building sand in Barbados, sourcing from nearby islands, St. Lucia. Oh, okay. So you're talking about that. So that's what you meant in Barbados. Okay, I see. Well, that's a tricky one, I guess what's interesting, because those islands are small, isn't it? They're very tiny. So I guess again, the government should have planned about this properly to say, well, what happens if we run out of sand? What are we going to do? What do we need to do, for the future? Because if you think about it, the Western world here in England, and I'm sure in America, what these people do is they plan for 100 years, 200 years. They're planning for generations yet unborn. So even all these things that they're taking from wherever they take it from, go to Africa or places, they come in here, banking it, keeping it, planning to say, you know what, 80, 100 years from now, we want to ensure that we have things going on for these children, for the children. Generational wealth, these people think about, and it's all part of that. So places like Barbados you're talking about probably made sense if governments had planned from now on to say, no, let's do something with this sand situation so that 100 years from now, we're not struggling with sand. Because that means, well, every generation is what, 15 years or 20? Between 15 to 20 years is a generation, isn't it? So, 5 generations from now, they're not going to worry about sand. And then you can then obviously keep doing that planning. That's what the Western world is doing. That's what the Chinese are doing. All these Chinese is you go into Africa, cutting trees, getting whatever, building stuff, this and that. They're planning for their own children, their great grandchildren. That's what they're planning for. So we Africans and Caribbeans, why are we not doing the same? Why are we not planning for the future? And that comes down to the environment, how we look after it. That comes down to what we're building. That comes down to how we invest, what we invest in, so that our great grandchildren will come and just keep going with that. And then generations, 5 generations from you will thank you later. We'll always talk about it and say, this is what our great granddad did. This is what they did. This is what our government did. That's why the children, like when we are paying national insurance and whatever, it's not necessarily for us. It's for those going to come behind. Who's going to come? We're here paying national insurance so that the NHS keep running, and of course your taxes. That is going to support other people coming. So that money is going to go in there being saved for those people, helping these people run things, so that people coming behind us can still carry on using the NHS. Does that make sense? So Africa, probably we need to think about the Caribbeans. We need to think about that. You're building in Hastings. Oh, Hastings is a nice place to build. I've got a video. I think will come out this weekend. I think it's got to. You will see some parts of Hastings on it. I think it's coming out this weekend or so. I've got videos that will be coming out this weekend and the following weekend. So keep an eye out for those guys. So don't forget, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Click notification bell. Click the like button. Share this video. And don't forget to support this channel. If you like what we're talking about so far, please click the $sign and donate to our charity, our tree planting project. Yeah. Yeah. So please do that and then support our project. Yeah. And then let me see what people are saying. Me, are they against those immovable? Trust me, Mr. David, those bars, man, we got to find a way. Like I've mentioned, I've got an idea where you can do something that slides, that you can roll in, roll out, and you find a way to lock it. Hopefully, in a way where somebody cannot open it from the inside, from the outside in. And then we've got to find another way, because we've got to be able to get out of the house if there's a problem. It doesn't make sense to just block the whole thing on the outside or on the inside, and then you can't get out if there's fire. It don't make no sense. Over here in Europe, in England, I don't know if America, as you can see, that's a window. It's open. There's no guard, nothing. Obviously, this is high up right now, but at the same time, look, excuse me, it's exit. I got the other one over there. That one there open even wider than this one. The open is really big, so if I want to get out of there, I can get out. Obviously, I got smoke alarm in the house everywhere. I'm in the living room, got smoke alarm next to the bedroom, got smoke alarm. So that if there's anything, it goes off. When you're cooking in the kitchen, if there's too much smoke, the alarm goes off. It makes sense. So, and of course, over here, as you know, ambulance will come quicker than in Africa. So in Africa, we need this more in Africa, and Sierra Leone in particular, than anywhere else. And we need to find a way to sort those guards out. So for me, the next guards I'm going to do in this other building, I'm doing in I don't care, certainly going to be ones that I'm able to open from the inside and get out, even if not each one of them, but strategic ones in the house, in the living room, bedrooms, kitchen, somewhere would have one that, I can bang from the inside and go out. And of course, all the interior doors of the rooms are all fireproof. So that way, at least if you're caught up on the inside, you have a door that withstands fire for a whilst you wait for fire brigade to turn up. Like again, the fire that I saw in the other house, fire brigade did turn up, but obviously the house it was much later. I tried to call them, I couldn't even get through. Thankfully, there was a police station nearby. They were able to get them. But I tried to call the emergency number to get the fire brigade. I couldn't get them through. It took time. I didn't even get them through anyway. Thankfully, like I said, the police station managed to get them, and then they came. But again, they came late. And think about Sweden doesn't have enough water even, so you don't want to rely just on fire brigade for your life. You want to get out quick. So definitely you need to make sure they get some bars that you can open. Okay, we don't have those bars in the USA. I hate those bars, my God. I mean, so what have you done for your house then? Have you put bars? What are you doing? Are you not putting bars? If you're putting bars, make sure you have ones in strategic areas that are specifically for going outside. Exits. You need to have exits plan. Yeah. Thankfully, there will be no fire. Hopefully, there will be no fire, but just plan it, as you know, over here. I've seen windows in Sierra Leone that's like that. Yeah. I mean, VM West Africa, I'm guessing you mean windows that got all the bars locked. Is that what you mean? Yeah. In fact, people even build not just blocking the windows, the bars, they block the verandas as well. No, the porch. I've seen people build bars on the porch, block the whole thing from bottom to top, blocked it completely. I've seen people do that as well. I'm like, what's going on? Are you putting yourself in prison or what? Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're gonna put them, make sure you get ones that you can get out easily. Try and talk with the welder, whoever is building them. Show them, find examples that you can show them. Um, I mean, you can always contact us directly. I can probably talk you through to some of the things that I've got planned, and then you can probably implement that if you want to put them. You know, because I understand here people are thinking about robbers coming, thieves coming into the house. Fair enough, but you've also got to think about getting out. So yeah, so if you contact me, I can probably give you an idea of what I'm thinking about. Yeah. So I mean, you can contact us through the email address kaborproperties@gmail.com, and yeah, we can talk about it. Or you can just ring my number anyway, 0781, well, 44, if you know the code to UK, 44 78176 83256. You can get hold of me on that number on WhatsApp. And then I can, not tonight though, because after this I'm gonna go to it's already 11 o'clock in the UK. So after this live, I'm gonna go have a nice bath and sleep. I need to rest actually because I had a sore throat when I woke up this morning. I thought it was COVID. So I did a COVID test, but it wasn't COVID, it's negative. So thank God for that. So, but I think it's because I've been staying up too late and it's been hot the last 2 days in the UK and I've been staying up very late. So maybe I need to rest properly. That's why. But yeah, I mean, you got the details now. Contact me tomorrow at some point or anytime when you're free during the week or weekend. And then I can talk you through some of the ideas that I have if you want to put a bar and then see if they work for you. If you don't feel like putting a bar, why not? Don't put it. Just leave it. But yeah, I guess people are worried about thieves, etc., etc. Yeah, but it's crazy. Barring up yourself like prison. People, those worst ones when people bar the whole porch from down up, the whole of the thing, man, like prison. I'm like, why, what's going on? This is meant to be your house, not a jail. So yeah, no problem. So yeah, so I guess that's the main thing we've been talking about in terms of the environment. Oh, thank you very much. Cold medicine. Cold medicine. I got warm water. That's what I'm drinking. Thank you very much, though. Warm water. Yeah, but thanks for that, for your donation. Yeah, I really appreciate it. That will go towards yeah, the tree planting project that we're doing in Karina environment, Karina district, Kamakwe in Sierra Leone. Yeah, so okay, I think that's all I want to talk about for tonight, really. I'm going to read through the comments again and see if there's anybody's adding anything, anybody got something they want to add, and then we'll talk about it. But I think, yeah, I feel like um, I've talked a lot, and it's 11 o'clock now. I need to at least finish this and then go have a bath for half an hour and then rest my voice. And then, yeah, but look out for the other videos that are coming. I've got videos coming out every week. Okay, every weekend on the Saturdays, there's videos coming out that I've done about Freetown, showing you around and other businesses, ideas that are coming out every weekend. Every Saturday, there's one coming out. Every time around 5 o'clock or so, there's a video coming every weekend. Then I'm going to be doing another live as well. I'm going to be doing some more lives. As we go along, I've got a few other things I want to talk about on the live. I want us to interact and discuss. So please subscribe and click the notification bell so that whenever I'm live, you get a notification. And of course, when the other videos come out, released, again, you get a notification. I got videos, I got lots of videos, I got lots of content that I've planned for from now on till end of the year that I'm sharing with you guys. And yeah, if you have any other ideas as well, you think you want me to touch on discuss about here, I'm open. Suggest those to me. Drop it in the comment section. Send that us to the email kaborproperties@gmail.com, and then we will see what we can do with it. And then, of course, our website is kaborproperties.com. And then we're on social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter at Kabor Properties. Okay. Listen, guys, thank you very much. It's been very, very lovely having you here. I've enjoyed the conversations. I mean, I don't forget to invite you by you launching your housewarming party with a cam. But all of you who've donated, thank you very much. God bless you guys. Wherever you're watching me from, good evening, good nights, good afternoon, good morning. Stay safe, stay blessed. I have been Showers, and this is Kabor Properties. Peace and love to you all. Ciao. Bye bye.